You're watching Sporting Bet Against, the final preview we have of the 2017 Cheltenham Festival with Neil Channing from the Betting Emporium. Sad times, Neil.
I'm sad, actually. I didn't know. How could I not figure out that we'd done the Champion Hurdle, we'd done the Queen Mother, we'd done the Riot Air, the Gold Cup was going to be the last one? I'm feeling quite sad. I feel like we should do one on the Martin Pipe Boys race, really. But there you go.
Well, if you want to get all of Neil's views on of the smaller races, the handicaps and whatnot for the Cheltenham Festival, of course, you go to thebettingemporium.com and you can subscribe to all of him and his team's tips. Neil, we'll look at the Gold Cup because it's important we give people a different slant on what happens in this race. Just a quick look at the Sporting Bet market amount. Native River 11 to 4, Q Card 100 to 30, Jackadown 4s, Outlander 8, Sizing John 10, Bristol Demai 14 to 1, and Don Poli. We're not running no bet in this race. It does look as though this race, as opposed to some of the others, the field is starting to look a little bit mature, and it looks like
it does, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, when Thistlecrack was in, and before it had run against many clouds, people were sort of saying, oh, because Thistlecrack's going to be so short, the Gold Cup's going to cut up. Lots of horses are going to divert to the Ryanair. You know, I don't know, just listening to those prices, that's about even money, Q Card and the Native River coupled. I feel like I'd rather be a layer at even money than a backer. I mean, that seems a bit short, doesn't it?
Before we go into, I agree with you, by the way. Before we go into your tip, just a couple of points on those top runners, because it's always worth getting a small view ahead of your proper analysis later on next week. But Native River has been jumping immaculately, carrying all before, really doing the business. We're not really 100% sure about Cheltenham form, maybe.
Gutsy horse, and obviously capable of improvement. I wonder whether the really fast ground on the day would be all that suitable.
Q Card jumped as well as ever last time at Ascot, did it? Looking like a proper jump against
I'm kind of annoyed with myself there because I was doing a podcast with somebody a couple of days before its last run, and at Ascot, and I said, you know, this might be the each way value, 8 to 1. It's been round there, done it before, blah blah blah. I mean, I've done it. Like, it won a race which it was 2 to 5 in the morning. It did drift. I think it did go off 8 to 11 or something. But I mean, it's supposed to win that race. It was basically a Grade 2 race. Obviously, Thistlecrack is out now, but it was 8 to 1. Now it's kind of 3 to 1. I mean, I don't know. I can't see any value there now. I also, you know, the horse is obviously not getting any younger. We knew that before that race. But this race is going to be attritional. But I think it's I fancy it's going to be a real fast ground Cheltenham, and I'm not sure whether I want to be on an older horse with less improvement in it. I want something a bit younger with a bit more improvement.
Well, I'll mention the final horse I was going to mention. Maybe this is your tip, I don't know. Jack Adam, which to me looks like a well-schooled and a horse that's improving. It's kind of served its time, its apprenticeship. It now looks as it hasn't got that many miles on the clock. I think it's probably ready to run a big race.
I get your point, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it won. It definitely has kind of served its apprenticeship. But actually, there's a 7-year-old that I like that I think is really on the up and up.
So it's not one of those three. Where is the Channing money going to stay?
We're running out of horses now, aren't we? I'm Henry de Bromhead. Okay. Yeah, I like him. He's a good trainer. So we're talking about Sizing John. It is a 7-year-old. He loves Cheltenham. This horse was third in the Supreme behind some horse you may not be familiar with, Duvan. And then it was second in the Oracle behind the same horse. Must be getting a bit sick of that horse, really. But this time it's coming here on fast ground, which is what it likes. It won the Irish Gold Cup under a good ride, and like I say, it is improving. It'll definitely stay. And if you know, they're talking about really quite good ground already. Don't think there's much rain predicted between now and next Friday. Given that they always lie about the going anyway, and it's always faster than they say.
Yeah.
If they're already saying good, I don't know. I was joking with someone the other day that we should take the 1,000 to 1 hard appearing in the going description, but maybe it will be lightning fast. And I think so. People tend to think when it's really fast ground that people often talk about, you know, soft and heavy ground races being a slog and attritional and all that kind of thing. And fast ground races not so much, but if they go fast around here, this is a long way home, 3 miles too. You want something that definitely stays, and you know, there are some question marks over Q Card stamina over extreme distances, and this is you know, I think you need to stay 3.5 miles to win
Just
a Gold Cup.
just a very quick point then on stayers. The likes of Don Poley and more of that. This time last year were touted as potential winners of the race.
Well, that's
Shall we
true.
write them off? I mean, Don Poley is obviously not on the quick side, but
they're,
can he get there?
they're both a couple of proper old plodders, though, aren't they? I mean, my selection has got a bit of class, and you know, I think he's got a bit of toe as well. He's got a good combination, I think. I mean, the Gold Cup is, you know, it's not called the Blue Ribbon for nothing. It is the ultimate test of speed and stamina, and I think I've got one here that's got a bit of each. You know.
So Neil goes for Sizing John for the Gold Cup.
Fair price as well.
It is 10 to 1.
You guys are 10 to 1,
10
which
to 1.
I think is, you know, I mean, that's a working man's price.
A repeat
I say
of the
that,
other one, yeah.
I say that, you know, two people here that have never done a day's work in their life, but you know what I mean.
Fair enough. So Neil goes for Sizing John for the Gold Cup. That tightens up our little slick preview of the major Cheltenham races. If you want to get Neil's in-depth stuff, of course, you go to the betting
Now,
emporium.
I hate to pick you up because I know you're a very smooth company man, but what happens if I back Sizing John and it comes second?
Well, I was just about to say.
Oh, really?
I was about to
Okay.
say. You get your money back if you back any horse that comes second in the Gold Cup as a free bet. You also get it for the county
No,
hurdle.
really?
Yeah, you
God,
also
I
get
didn't know that. That's amazing.
You also get it for the county hurdle and the grand annual. So plenty of offers there for you to come and pump with Sporting Bet. Neil, thanks so much for this. Hopefully see you again next year. Hope it's successful for
Well, I
you
hope
this year.
so. I hope I last that long.
You'll be invited back if we're all still here. But listen, great seeing you at Sporting Bet. Have a great Cheltenham Festival. Loads of offers on the website. Join Neil at Betting Emporium if you need to get any in-depth analysis. And we'll see you again very soon here at Sporting Bet.